Very informative. The progress is faster than expected. Why did the Chinese lithography machine finally succeed? A few days ago, Xinhua rarely released an article, "How can domestic lithography machines break through?" Article, "In the past 2 years, the domestic lithography machine has been developing in a low-key way, and the related progress has been kept secret. There are various gossips, but there are few official announcements. And authoritative media, such as Xinhua, personally released the lithography machine. News of progress is even rarer. Judging from the current progress, the domestic lithography machine is faster than expected, and there is not much time left for ASML. There is a lot of information, and the key link of the lithography machine may be breaking through. Judging from the current article, there is a lot of information." The article pointed out that this news revealed that Shanghai Microelectronics is committed to developing a 28 nanometers immersion lithography machine, and it is expected to deliver the first domestically produced SSA 810 lithography machine equipment to the market by the end of 2023. Previously, one of Huawei's latest patents made a breakthrough in the core technology of the extreme ultraviolet lithography machine. Earlier, the State Intellectual Property Office announced a new Huawei patent mirror lithography device and its control method, which marked Huawei's breakthrough in the core technology of extreme ultraviolet lithography machines. What do you think of this news? First of all, this is the news announced by the official media, and the source must be reliable. Secondly, Shanghai Microelectronics can produce 28 nanometers lithography machines, which means that we have solved the problem from 0 to 1, realms progress from 1 to 100. Judging from the key information, the purely domestic 28 nanometers immersion lithography machine will be delivered by the end of the year. In fact, many people may not be aware that 28 nanometers lithography machines and 28 nanometers chips are different, and 28 nanometers lithography machines can produce far more than 28 nanometers chips. A chip is a chip, and a lithography machine is a lithography machine. For a 28 nanometers lithography machine, a maximum of 7 nanometers chips can be produced. In general, the current release of the news contains a lot of information, and it may only be a matter of time before the breakthrough of key links. After all, the news of China's domestic lithography machine is actually the same as many technological breakthroughs in the past. The outside world will never know the progress. When the day is known, the domestic lithography machine has already been mass-produced. High-end lithography machines should not be optimistic. There are still 2 places where the neck is stuck. The difficulty of developing and manufacturing lithography machines is well known in the industry. The lithography machine of ASML in the Netherlands is a collection of products from top companies in the world. A lithography machine has more than 100,000 parts, and every step involved requires the most advanced technology and parts. ASML's EUV lithography machine requires top-level lenses and light sources, as well as extreme mechanical precision and composite materials. The light source uses simmer from the United States, the lens is Zeiss from Germany, and the composite materials are from Japan. The laser, lens, and duplex table of the lithography machine are all top-level precision instruments. In the past, there was a consensus that no country in the world can manufacture a lithography machine alone, and it is a product of a collection of the world's top technologies. There is a vivid analogy in the industry. Using light to draw pictures on a wafer is equivalent to 2 passenger planes going side by side, with a knife hanging on the wing of one plane and a grain of rice glued to the other plane, and using the knife to carve characters on the grain of rice. But if there is one country in the world to overcome this problem alone, it can only be China. With the market demand here, the industrial chain will have enough momentum, and the existing domestic alternative industrial clusters are also emerging, including technology companies as well as scientific research institutes, colleges and universities, professional institutions in intellectual property, and so on. From the perspective of domestic industrial chain companies, companies that make core components of lithography machines have basically taken shape, such as light source systems, objective lens systems, exposure optical systems, dual workbenches, immersion systems, and photoresists. lithography gases, photomasks, lithography machine defect detection equipment, adhesive development equipment, etc. all have related companies and industries. According to Xinhuane, a number of domestic share-listed companies have entered various links in the global industrial chain of lithography machines, including Fujing Technology, a manufacturer of light source systems for lithography machines, Optoelectronics, a manufacturer of objective lens systems, and Core Yuanwei, Fuchuang Precision. Photomask manufacturers Kingi Optoelectronics, China Resources Micro. Defect detection manufacturers Jinx Electronics, photoresist manufacturers Nanda Optoelectronics, Rongda Photosensitive. Lithography gas manufacturers Yig Technology, Hoyt Gases, etc. However, we should not be too optimistic, as there are still bottlenecks. According to a report from Xinhua News Agency, the companies investigated by the reporter said that there are two main difficulties in the stuck neck. One is the light source, and the lithography machine requires a small system, high power, and stable light source. The other is the lens. In order to allow the light to be accurate to irradiate tiny patterns on silicon wafers, a series of high precision and high smooth lenses are needed to focus and collimate the light. But the difficulty is overcome little by little, He Rongming, vice chairman of Shanghai Microelectronics, said in an interview in 2002. When Chinese experts went abroad for inspection, the other engineer said that even if you give you all the drawings, you may not be able to make a lithography machine. After returning to China, He Rongming leading the team to tackle key problems day and night. At present, Shanghai Microelectronics has mass-produced SSX600 series lithography machines with a resolution of 90 nanometers. And lithography machines with a resolution of 28 nanometers are also expected to make breakthroughs. It is rumored that Shanghai's SSA800 lithography machine is similar to ASML's DUB200i, but the index is higher than that of 200i. Through process optimization, it can achieve 7 nanometers integrated circuit process. It has been running for a year, and it will be mass-produced at the end of the year from the perspective of finalization. The progress is faster than expected, and the Netherlands will add to the credit book. According to the research report of Zhejiang Securities, the localization rate of cleaning, heat treatment, and deguming equipment in my country has reached 30%, 40%, and 90% respectively. The localization rate of glue development, etching, and vacuum coating has reached 10% to 30%. The localization rate in atomic layer deposition, photolithography, measurement and detection, and ion implantation is temporarily lower than 5%. Which takes time to gradually realize domestic substitution, and this pace is also accelerating at present. The progress of the domestic DUV lithography machine is still in the confidential stage. But there is no doubt that many key parts of the domestic lithography machine have achieved technological breakthroughs. At present, the mass production time has been released, which means that it is assembled into a complete machine. The mass production time is also expected to be advanced. Past historical experience tells us that once China has made a breakthrough in a certain technological field, foreign brands will start to increase shipments and even limit domestic brands' R&D, investment, and product competitiveness through market price dumping. As an industry insider said, for something as complicated as a lithography machine, the annual sales of the products produced in the industry are not as good as half of the sales of Xiaomi's mobile phone sales. Once you make it, ASML can cut the price and kill you, and you will not have the cost to develop the next generation of products. Therefore, in the past when the market was open, lithography machines had no chance of trial and error. Capital is profit-seeking, who spends money to play this for you. But it is such a coincidence that the United States has created such an opportunity for domestic companies to make money. ASML can't compete, and the current progress is already beyond the expectation of the Netherlands. For example, in 2022, Tong Xingda was still saying that the lithography machine would be from Japan. But in 2023, the lithography machine from Shanghai Microelectronics was actually moved in. certainly on the micron scale. However, according to sources in the lithography machine industry, the nanoscale has already been developed, but it cannot reach within 10 nanometers. It still takes time. For example, it will take 3 to 5 years from acceptance to real commercialization. The good news is that DUV seems to be only a matter of time. Moreover, EUV and DUV are developed simultaneously, and the time interval between the two may be shorter than expected, just like atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs. Judging from the overcoming and independent substitution of many technologies in the past, the historic opportunities in the domestic cutting-edge technology field are often driven by external pressure. From the current point of view, a series of new regulations on the export control of semiconductor equipment in the Netherlands in the past 2 years have restricted the export of some advanced lithography equipment and are accelerating the pace of localization of advanced process equipment, parts and materials in my country. The credit of the Netherlands should be added. From a short-term perspective, the United States requires ASML not to provide after-sales and maintenance services to domestic companies. Domestic countermeasures include cutting off the supply of gallium and germanium. On the other hand, some companies request returning to the market. Domestic companies in ASML will face huge revenue pressure. A war that cannot be lost. Why can China's lithography machine industry succeed? The domestic chip industry, lithography machine industry, and the external environment and attitudes are undergoing subtle changes, and we should not be overly optimistic. No matter whether the outside world is blocked or lifted, we must follow our own rhythm. There are more than 100,000 parts in the lithography machine. This is a systematic project. The division of labor and cooperation between all parties can produce a huge chain effect from point to surface. For example, the laser interferometer of Harbin Institute of Technology can be used to test the accuracy and stability of lithography machines. It can also be used to measure the size and shape of microstructures, such as microelectronic devices, optical components, etc., and can also be used in other fields. Therefore, the significance of the breakthrough of lithography machines is not only in the field of consumer electronics, but also in optical instruments, precision machinery, biomedicine, etc. It is of great significance to technological breakthroughs in many domestic industries. It is a breakthrough in a chain reaction that drives the breakthrough and upgrading of many industries. The Chinese can drive high-speed rail to 40,000 kilometers, which is safe, reliable, and leading in performance. Which country can do it now except China? China can make the shield machine the world's #1 when other countries block the technology. Can send the space station to space for safe operation. Can build the world's largest hydroelectric power station. And can ensure the safe operation of these giant high-tech equipment. Which country in the world can do it? China alone has made the photovoltaic industry the world's #1. And has driven the fuel vehicles that have been developed for hundreds of years to the danger of being eliminated in electric vehicles. Besides China, which country can do it alone? The lithography machine is a product of the world's top technology, but it also does not mean that China cannot do it. Because of many things, no country in the world can do it, but China has done it. As long as China gathers the strength of the whole country and is determined to do one thing, there is nothing that cannot be done in the past, and equipment, such as lithography machines, will not be sanctioned. There will never be a chance for domestic substitution, but at present, the outside world has just created such an opportunity. As a mature mechanical equipment, lithography machine has a very broad market, which is of great significance to the upgrading and safety of many industries in China. China must overcome it. If it is a project that must be overcome, China has been stuck in the past. All of the projects have been conquered. The breakthrough of lithography machines is only the inevitable result of the upgrading process of many domestic industries. The reason why China's progress is faster than expected, and it is likely to succeed in the past few years, is that the layout of the entire domestic manufacturing industry chain has a role in promoting the manufacture and research and development of cutting-edge equipment. The advantages of China's manufacturing industry clusters are what no other country has. The work efficiency of Chinese people is 3 to 5 times that of other countries. The cost is more than 50% lower than other countries. Therefore, it is possible for China alone to achieve what other countries need to achieve with the joint efforts of multiple countries. Especially in the projects to be overcome under China's nationwide system, a large amount of funds can be continuously invested. And external suppression has formed a consensus to overcome independently. With the support of the largest consumer electronics market, it is attracting global talents. Capital and domestic. A large number of science and engineering students at home and abroad have entered the industry. Judging from the current progress and rhythm, the breakthrough of the semiconductor industry is only time.